Big Blue, stop right now. MetLife Stadium just exploded with breaking news, and one single number is already on the table. 34 yards and a monster touchdown. A rookie wide receiver just shattered the ceiling. General Manager Joe Schoen dropped a live television bomb about an immediate roster signing, and a vicious hit on franchise quarterback JAXSON Dart has completely flipped the team's preseason strategy upside down. The locker room is buzzing, the medical tent drama is real, and here is your first concrete payoff. New York is currently sitting 5th in the entire league waiver wire order, ready to strike. If you bleed blue, white, and red more than you hate the Dallas Cowboys, smash like and subscribe right now. We jump straight into the third-round heist that has all of New York screaming. Whispers turned into footsteps, and it took exactly one single preseason matchup against the Minnesota Vikings for the entire narrative to flip on its head. The name? Malachi Fields. Now watch the shift, because the rookie wide receiver out of Notre Dame came in and completely blew the roof off MetLife Stadium. The final scoreboard showed a 13-10 preseason loss to Minnesota, but nobody in the building walked away talking about the final score. Everyone was talking about the 6'4", 218-pound rookie wideout going completely nuclear against an NFL secondary. Fields caught every single one of his 3 targets, finishing with 34 receiving yards and the lone touchdown of the entire day for Big Blue. That is perfection on paper. 3 targets, 3 catches, maximum efficiency. But the raw numbers alone do not tell the real story of what happened on that grass. The moment of the game came when JAXSON Dart scrambled left under heavy pressure, buying time, and hurled up a 15-yard prayer toward the back corner of the end zone. Fields did not just make a routine catch. He boxed out Minnesota linebacker Ivan Pace Jr., elevated using every single inch of his massive frame, and literally mossed the defender for 6 points in front of the home crowd. General Manager Joe Schoen traded back in the 3rd round of the draft to snag Fields, and after just one preseason performance, the entire national media is asking if the Giants pulled off the absolute steal of the draft. The off-season hype began during rookie minicamp, carried directly into training camp, and exploded under the bright lights of MetLife Stadium. This completely changes the offensive dynamic for this season. When you have a massive target who can win contested balls in the red zone, opposing defensive coordinators cannot simply load the box or bracket the primary receivers. Think about the personnel groupings. A 6'4" receiver on the outside immediately forces safeties to respect the boundary, opening up underneath routes and running lanes. What does this mean for the depth chart? It means veteran cornerbacks across the NFC East will have to deal with pure size and physical domination every single Sunday. The chemistry established between Dart and Fields on that broken play showcases an innate ability to read leverage against physical defensive backs under pressure. When the pocket collapses, having a reliable big-bodied target willing to high-point the football fundamentally restructures third down conversion probabilities and red zone packages. The front office watched other teams pass on Fields due to route running concerns, yet his immediate functional strength against physical linebackers and safeties proves his ceiling is astronomically higher than initial draft grades suggested. The coaching staff now has the flexibility to utilize empty backfield formations and isolate Fields in single coverage near the pylon. This forces opposing defenses to alter their base coverages, creating massive mismatches for the rest of the receiving corps across the intermediate middle of the field. Beyond the raw measurements, it is the veteran-like spatial awareness along the boundary and the explosive catch radius that give this offense a lethal vertical dimension. Opposing secondaries will have to commit extra help over the top, which opens immediate gaps for underneath crossings and screen concepts. His sheer physical dominance on contested balls gives this offense an unstoppable red zone blueprint that defensive coordinators will dread all year. Do you think Malachi Fields should immediately be named a starter for Week 1? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. If you believe Fields is going to take over the NFC East, hit that like button and let the Philadelphia Eagles know what is coming. But as electric as that touchdown catch was, the front office is working behind closed doors on an even bigger shift in the trenches. General Manager Joe Schoen just let a massive roster move slip on live television, and the defensive line is about to look completely different. Scouts called it calculated violence, and the front office is hunting for immediate reinforcements before the regular season kicks off. The question was not if another move was coming, but when. The identity behind the roster overhaul. General Manager Joe Schoen, and he just put the entire league on notice during a live broadcast. While joining Bob Papa, Carl Banks, and Phil Simms on NBC during the Vikings broadcast, Schoen openly broke down his defensive tackle room and admitted that the position is one they will continue to look at to see if they cannot upgrade. The Giants already executed a massive transformation on the interior defensive line this offseason. After trading away Dexter Lawrence II in a pre-draft blockbuster, New York brought in veteran defensive tackles DJ Reeder and Shelby Harris to establish veteran reliability. Second-year defender Darius Alexander looked solid against Minnesota and is pushing hard for a starting role after a standout training camp, while rookie nose tackle Bobby Jamison-Travis is fighting for rotational reps. But with Roy Robertson-Harris out of the picture and both Reeder and Harris sitting out the preseason opener, Schoen knows that depth is critically thin. The defensive line rotation requires 4 to 5 dependable interior players to survive the physical grind of an NFL season. Free agent veterans like Daquan Jones and Sheldon Day remain on the open market as proven depth pieces. There is also Jihad Ward, who remains a free agent and brings extensive experience in defensive coordinator Denard Wilson's system, capable of setting the edge or kicking inside on pass rushing packages. According to sources close to the front office, this is a rumor, the Giants are actively ranking multiple interior defensive linemen to claim as final cuts approach across the league. New York holds the 5th overall spot in the NFL waiver claim order, giving Big Blue priority over 27 other franchises when teams trim down to 53 players. That waiver priority gives Schoen the leverage to poach young talent without giving up draft capital. A dominant interior rotation keeps the linebackers clean, stops the run on early downs, and forces third and long situations. Evaluating the trench warfare in modern defensive schemes reveals that interior disruption is the quickest path to collapsing the pocket and unsettling opposing signal callers. Without a steady rotation of two-gap stalwarts capable of eating double teams, the second level of defense gets swallowed up by climbing offensive linemen. Schoen understands that veteran presence combined with young developmental upside on the waiver wire creates the ideal balance to maintain high motor pressure across 4 full quarters. By strategically leveraging their 5th priority waiver position, New York can acquire versatile defensive linemen whose current teams are facing severe roster crunches. This calculated patience allows Big Blue to bypass overpaying in bidding wars while securing trench depth essential for neutralizing powerhouse divisional running attacks throughout the upcoming campaign. In a division defined by physical interior running, possessing an imposing multi-layered defensive front represents the ultimate insurance policy against late-game offensive wearing. Securing another relentless run stuffer will solidify this defensive front and allow the edge rushers to attack opposing quarterbacks without hesitation. Who would you rather sign right now, a proven veteran like Jihad Ward or a young waiver wire claim? Comment your pick below. If you trust Joe Schoen to build a championship roster, smash that like button right now. But while the front office prepares to strike on defense, a terrifying hit on the turf has created an urgent crisis in the head coach's office that could change the rest of the preseason, a move that has the entire coaching staff locked in heated debates behind closed doors. Sources say the film was reviewed immediately after the final whistle. The identity everyone is holding their breath about. Franchise quarterback Jackson Dart, and the decision on his immediate future is on the table right now. The entire stadium held its breath late in the first quarter against Minnesota when a missed blitz assignment allowed Viking safety Jay Ward to come completely unblocked, slamming Dart violently into the turf. The MetLife Stadium crowd went dead silent as Dart was escorted straight into the blue medical tent. Backup quarterback Jameis Winston took over for a brief cameo of 2 plays before Dart emerged cleared, strapped his helmet back on, and marched back onto the field to throw that sensational 15-yard touchdown to Malachi Fields. Dart showed unmatched grit, composure, and elite poise under fire. But the sheer violence of that collision left head coach John Harbaugh facing a franchise-altering dilemma. Should Jackson Dart play another single snap of preseason football? Dart is the undisputed future of the New York Giants franchise. The team started Dart in the preseason opener even with All-Pro left tackle Andrew Thomas sidelined with an injury. Playing a rookie franchise quarterback behind a rotated offensive line against live NFL safety blitzes carries catastrophic risk for zero regular season reward. Harbaugh knows that Dart proved his comfort level against live NFL speed in just 1 quarter of football. He handled pressure, survived a brutal hit, and delivered a scoring strike under duress. Risking franchise health in meaningless August exhibitions when the entire season rests on his arm makes zero football sense. When evaluating long-term franchise stability, the calculus behind preseason snap allocation always favors safeguarding elite quarterback assets from unnecessary structural punishment. The risk of subjecting a foundational signal caller to unblocked blitzes far outweighs any minor developmental gains from exhibition reps. Dart has already demonstrated complete command of the huddle, rapid pre-snap recognition, and remarkable off-script improvisational ability when plays break down. Keeping him upright and fully healthy behind a fully intact starting offensive line featuring Andrew Thomas in September remains the paramount objective for the coaching staff. Surrounding Dart with conservative play calling in joint practices and controlled scrimmage environments delivers substantial preparation without exposing the franchise cornerstone to unnecessary blindside collisions from hungry defenders competing for roster spots. The organization simply cannot jeopardize the trajectory of their entire competitive window for exhibition football. The immediate priority must be keeping their cornerstone quarterback healthy, confident, and perfectly primed for the regular season wars ahead. Protecting the most valuable player on the roster is the smartest decision this franchise can make as September approaches. Should John Harbaugh bench Jackson Dart until week 1? Or does the rookie need more live reps to develop chemistry? Type bench or play in the comments right now. If you stand with Jackson Dart through thick and thin, smash that like button. 3 massive developments. 1 unified message coming straight out of East Rutherford. Malachi Fields proved he is a legitimate red zone weapon, Joe Schoen is aggressively upgrading the defensive line depth, and the Jackson Dart scare sent an urgent wake-up call to head coach John Harbaugh. The New York Giants are no longer playing to survive. They are building a roster designed to dominate the physical battles and claim the NFC East. Smash that like button if you believe Big Blue is taking back the division this year. Drop a comment with your exact Week 1 score prediction against our rivals. And hit subscribe right now so you never miss a second of our coverage. Now, here is the edge of the cliff you cannot ignore. Inside the building, coaches are finalizing the snap counts for the next preseason game, and word is emerging that an unexpected quarterback rotation is taking over practice reps this week. Meanwhile, the Dallas Cowboys just made a quiet defensive inquiry that directly mirrors the Giants' interior target list. Which team pulls the trigger on the defensive line first? Stay locked in because Big Blue is just getting started.